get the last spot at IEM Dallas. Both teams all rides onto this. This is a best of one at this point now. Little Bocks versus Please Send Help. Please Send Help starting on the CT side for the last match. Little Bocks aggression towards mid. Bomb's going to be late towards A. It's going to be a split out of the Little Bocks team. Mad's the first couple of shots. No kills just yet for either side. They're going to spot Jess, but she spots a kill with Mad's help. And shots are still missing, but Kionetta answers back. It's becoming a little bit of a brawl once again. No surprise. The shots answer back from Kionetta. She finds 3 from triple into CT. Lovergirl trying to answer back. It's a 1v2. Both left on site. She's low health. There's a kit down you can see in CT. So if Lovergirl gets that positioning, she's going to push past the flashbang. Both of them push CT. She should have heard that. Lovergirl's in a good spot to still win this round, but can't do it. Smiley will close it off thanks to a 3K, actually a 4K from Kionetta, who once again on pistol rounds off to the races.
Kionetta has been an absolute terminator on pistol rounds. I think that's her second pistol round 4K, and she's consistently putting up huge numbers on the pistol rounds. Has had at least 3 4Ks throughout this series so far, and has been a huge catalyst for Little Bocks' success. Please Send Help won the knife round. They elected to start on the CT side. And well, the team that has started on the T side has won the last 2 maps. That is anything to go by here. Little Bocks do have the advantage. But of course, patterns are made to be broken. This is the first 3-map series in NA Impact. That is the other thing. None of the other series have gone the distance to it. This one has been neck and neck all the way through. Kionetta getting a little aggressive. Falls away, though. Does not want to donate that rifle over. Learned her lesson back on Overpass. And she's the only one with an AK, too, for Little Bocks. Bouchard has the Galil, but the other teammates have MAC-10s. So do not give the rifles at any cost over to Please Send Help. That is mission number 1. Keep a hold of the rifle.
Good flashbang. Doesn't actually flash Lovergirl. And they'll get that 1 kill answered back. That is one of the rifles dropped here on Cat. They'll still try and hold that one. Kiki by herself on this B side. Gonna try and just stall. Another headshot lands, and the health bar starts to trickle down here a little bit from the Little Bocks. Kiki, unfortunately, gonna get pushed into a bad situation. Sapphire reloading the MAC-10. We'll find the last bit of damage on the chest cast. Now just Mad's left the 1v4. She's got the Deagle. There's a Galil down. I believe that was switched actually over to Smiley. So there's a MAC-10 down on towards Cat. Mads with the Deagle won't find anything. Good shots land from Sapphire. And clean second round there from Little Bocks. And we'll now go into the first buy round of the game. Please Send Help have previously won and lost on this map against Little Bocks, and the CT side is going to be of the utmost choice. We did get information. This obviously 3rd map. Please Send Help won the knife round. And you still got to choose CT side, even if both teams are having a good T side. The CT side, especially like you said, in recent history, has gone heavily more towards in favor of the CTs on Mirage. So we'll see if that can happen once again. It might be aggression from Little Bocks to start this round, though.
It's going to be a fast-paced play here. The MAC-10's leading the charge. Lovergirl playing anti-flash. Blinded. Sapphire is too, but she still gets the kill before she falls. Kiki on the B site. Wasn't super strong on Inferno. Doubles down here on Mirage. And we'll, at the very least, buy time for rotations to come through out the door. Kimmy. Shut down by Senna. Not an op duel, but it's a rifle v rifle. Because 1 for 1. Boo! Kionetta out in the open. That's a messy duel, a messy spot to be in, and Mads will clutch it up. That was the bonus round coming in from Little Bocks. Only 1 survives. 4 Please Send Help. That is an issue here, but it's their first round on the CT side. Mads recovers an AK, but man, that was too close for comfort here. Kionetta, she doesn't get caught out in the open. Might have had the opportunity there, crossing into bench. Good spacing there from Please Send Help on that push into the B side of the retake, though. That's the spacing saved them.
I was going to say they had some really good spacing and great trades to win that retake because they didn't have a fabulous spot on that retake. It was still 3 versus 3. Player count was still even, but they had some very, very good trades. And it was almost Kiki against the world on B side once again, who would have been surprised. She was able to get 2 before they dropped. That alone would have gave the chance for Please Send Help to even have a chance to retake before they might have considered a save early on in this one. But we'll probably see less of that. So as Inferno is probably the most saved map, I would assume, at this point, as far as CT sides go, because the rotations are very difficult. Mirage has a lot of options, a lot of entries, especially through mid. That will be a main point of concern, especially in this round. From the Little Bocks, they'll smoke off window, get some flashbangs going, and take control of that. So they'll leave Kionetta over towards Palace. Usually the spot for the lurker on Mirage. We'll see if Little Bocks can come back and win the next rifle. An important round for both teams to start and try and get that momentum back in this first half.
No casualties so far. It's about 30 seconds have expired so far. And Kianetta sitting in towards Palace, looking for an opportunity. Not going to overextend, though. No ops for either side yet. Once Senna does get the big green gun, that's where things will really start to change in the early going of this matchup on Mirage. Senna's op will be, I think, the main thing to focus on throughout this CT side for Please Send Help. Been fantastic on both maps, Senna's op. And now needs to take more control. Shadow shows Jessica's with one, drops down, shut down by the double swing. Molotov will go out, but will it be enough to stop them pushing in? Kianetta swings now, spots out both towards CT, takes down one. We're at a level 3v3. Kimi, though, walking through has to be careful. Kiki falls, coming through the murder hole. Now the bomb can go down. Both players who Please Send Help stuck in towards CT spawn. No utility to retake with either. So Molotov smoking a flashbang here. Another flashbang already used. And solid post plant here from Little Bocks. 2 towards T-Ramp, 1 on the flank. That's going to be Kimmy out towards Sniper's Nest. Lover Girl clearing around, but it's a great ramp plant here. They're both holding for it. It's just a tap to fake. And now they swing in. One for Mads. 2 more to go, but in comes Kimmy. Now they know where she is. Kimmy, though, has one. Sapphire, the other. And the third on the board now for Little Bocks. A little bit scary, but they are able to convert it in the end. And the money for Please Send Help, it's in the bin.
It is something crazy of a round, Jess. It's hard on that position to get more than one unless you just stay there and try and hold your ground. Bads with some nice shots, but this late entry from Kimmy to stop that rotation, really important, because then it makes a very difficult post plant, or a retake, I should say, because you don't really know where Kimmy is. She could be in jungle, she could be pushing behind UCT, she could be in mid playing towards connector. So there's a lot of awkward spots. We'll see some aggression now towards the A site. Early as Jess will make her way with that deagle. But there's a third round, that second rifle, and forces a save here for Please Send Help. They'll be able to buy next. A Little Box off to an early start on the T side. No surprise here. And Mads early with the 1 deeks as she'll take out Kianetta. That is A side cleared at this point, and now they can make that rotate.
Yeah, this is a great push from Jessica's too, getting all the information, funneling them into a B-side stack as Senna's made her way over. 2 SPs only, but they can still do damage. First taken down, Smiley Domes, Lover Girl as well, back towards bench. Senna's getting spammed down to 14 HP, and Molotov in apartments. That actually saves Sapphire as she's looking the right way. Jessica's goes down, Bouchard finally spammed down Senna towards bench, and the Mads will be the last alive with the AK in hand, looking to do some economic damage at this point, maybe even try and save the AK. That seems to be the more likely course of action here. Tucks in behind the bricks and sits in Sniper's Nest, waiting for the timer to expire, the bomb to explode, in round number 5 to begin. But Little Bocks, they answer it well. They don't get funneled in. Sapphire living right there out towards apartments, though. And only 1 casualty here, barring any heroics from Mads and the exit kills. Not too shabby at all in an anti-eco.
I just still look back to that. I don't know what happened. If maybe the player Please Send Help, I'm blanking now, was going through the back of apps and could have had an easy kill on 2 Sapphire, but turns around just in time. Maybe thought it was a teammate, maybe, who knows? But nonetheless, it does mean Little Box will go up 4-1. They'll keep that 1 AK for Mads off that initial 1 dig in the round. They had a lot of information. It was just unfortunate. It was just 3 USPs over on that B site. So Little Box chose the site, and they chose to sweep it up, and it was easy footing once they got into that site. And we're against those USPs and took that range. So now we'll see 4-1, another buy round. No ops yet for either team. That's where Please Send Help could struggle. Aggression mid, though, comes through. They'll get that first kill. Mads is going to try and fall back, but before that happens, 3 kills happen. 2 from Kimmy. Sapphire finds 1 over in window as well, so just 3 kills in mid straight up. And now it's got to be 1 for each site. Kianetta looking for Jess here on that A site, trying to be that lurking player. Jess in a bad spot to try and get more than that, but they're going to start to make their way towards B. She might find the timing on Kianetta. She will, but she won't find the kill. She gets her down to 16 health. Thought she killed her. And that will force a rotation and an open B side for Little Box. They're going to go up 5-1 to start map 3.
T sides ruling the chessboard so far, as he will at the very least get 1 exit. Bomb going down, point for Cat here. But that mid-scream, it was a great idea from Please Send Help. The flashes were good. The opening pick was great. It's just Little Box had the counter. They had the numbers. They had the aim of the spray to convert it. It works out well for them in the end. Still, I don't think Please Send Help should shy away from that. It's a good idea. You get that mid-control, and it's not always going to go against you. Maybe tossing a nade towards top mid as well, or a second chain flash high over top. That could work out too. But overall, the idea was right. Just didn't work out in the end of that circumstance. Kiki will save the M4 though. Little Bocks, well, go up 5-1. It's been good for them on the T side so far. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And it's, I guess, to be expected at this point from these two T-sided teams. That CT side isn't necessarily the favorite, even if considered in overall history, especially in professional play, that this CT-sided should be very easy. But that, like I said, has a lot to do with getting that op out. And when Police and Help can't string together rounds or they can't find a double save to get that op, it's going to be a tough struggle for them, especially to try and take mid control, because Senna needs that and needs to be able to try and take that over. Without that, they will be struggling, and Little Bocks will continue their pace. They don't need to worry about ops on the T side as much. It'd be helpful, but it's not necessarily something you need, especially with the amount of smokes you can have on the T side of Mirage makes it to where you really don't need long angles for the T side once you get those smokes to go through, whether it's on the B side, which is very close anyways, or towards that A where you can smoke off essentially every single place. Top connector smoked off here from the CT side. They'll boost into window. Good information gathered from the Little Bocks. Sapphire trying to find her footing. That's me when I go through a smoke. Is going to be able to do so, but it's a 5 versus 5 still. Minute 10 seconds left.
Oh no, Kimmy. Oh no, that's unfortunate. Jessica picks up Sapphire too. Hold up. Now the guns are starting to come back into the hands of Please Send Help. And this is a problem. We saw this back on Overpass. The guns donated into the hands of the Eco. There's players with armor too for Please Send Help. Bashard starting to reconvene. Has the bomb on her back as well. Smiley looking for an angle. Has to be careful. Senna's in towards Sandwich though. And Smiley's clearing up, could go in towards Sniper's Nest and catch somebody off guard. It's all going to come down to timings, though. Does Smiley get the opener? Yeah, no, never mind. Bouchard already falls in middle. That's the bomb spotted. And now Senna knows where Kianetta is. Molotov lands perfectly on the foot of stairs. And Smiley has to stomp her way forward. Senna knows where she is. Senna has to gamble where the angle is. And Smiley wins that duel. But do they expect Mads and Palace? There's no way. They expect this queen up here. Mads with the backstab, spams it away. Finishes the job as Smiley gets cut off by Kiki, spamming from Cat. 5-2 now. And an unlikely round of victory for Please Send Help. It works out well. And that's the problem when you go lurking alone with rifles against pistols. Donations can lead to round wins.
And it's happened multiple times in the series. It's not just been one situation. It happened a few times on Overpass. I don't think Inferno is as much as a problem, but it begins to question Little Bocks onto their eco rounds on those saves that they need to play together more, because Please Send Help has the firepower and the absolute aim to take those kills out when they need to. And that is going to be a round that they shouldn't have won, and now gets an op in Senna's hands with the full rifle on everybody. Like, that round is so crucial that Please Send Help wins, because going into this one, I don't think they would have had enough money for an op. If they would have, it might have been in someone that would have to risk their money for it instead of Senna being able to purchase one. But in this case, it's full everything. They got kits. They have full utility from basically everybody. It's just Senna lacking on that util in the kit, but she's got the op, and that's all she needs. Boost, not going to go right away, but they are going to get her into apartment. She'll be able to spot one. That's the leg that goes through on a Sapphire, and she's still going for the repeat. This is going to be a B aggressive play, and they're just giving her everything.
Nice little fadeaway too. Tosses in the flashbang, goes for the repeat, misses the shot though, splits the goalpost, and while that might be a field goal in football or a goal in soccer or hockey, it leads to a death in Counter-Strike. Kianetta closing the gap up on sight, sprays down another. Now it's a 4v3 in the favor of the Little Bocks. Smiley around that smoke nade should do some damage here. Piggy Kiki taken down to 35, but in the meantime, Jessica gets another Kianetta on site though. She's a menace as always. Kiki trying to get back in here though, get some control. Smiley on site as well, splitting the retake, one through apartments, one on site. Kiki on the trash can, drops off now. She's been heard, but is she going to be toppled? Nice little crouch there from Smiley. Mads expected in apartments and kicked off the doorstep. Good recovery there from Little Bocks at the back of the timeout and losing to the Eco. It's going to put Please Send Up in a bit of a weird economic situation though. Kianetta being a big part of the Little Bocks success though. Getting those 2 kills, and Smiley really heating up in the later stages of Inferno, and now here as well on Mirage. Good stuff there from her. Very even across the board, though, from Little Bocks. 5 separating top from bottom. And Please Send Help now forced to call a timeout.
And that was the round. Please Send Help had everything they could have ever wanted in that round. They had Senna on the op. They had full util 4 kits. Everyone had a rifle. To lose that round in that kind of fashion is kind of scary. And I think a lot of that, Senna playing extremely aggressive with that op, especially going for repeat. She got that first leg. Most oppers at that point usually fall back and they're like, cool with that. I'll give them that and I'll just play a retake angle and try and just let them fall out of apps instead and try and get some free kills. But she went for the second peek. It was on Sapphire again. So both op shots hit her. Didn't matter how much damage she did because she just took out the same person. And a 1-for-1 in a situation like that towards apartments and Senna, of all people, with the op especially, it's a rough trade for Please Send Help and leads them to a loss right back in which they'll be on another save round. They'll be able to buy after this, but it could put Little Bocks up to 7 on the T side of Mirage already. And I feel like this game is flying by a bit more than the others, but I should say that sparingly as both games have gone all 30 rounds. We'll keep that to the end of it, but Lover Girl is going to make sure it doesn't stop here.
That was disgusting from Lovergirl. Kiki's not going to get mollied out either. She'll jump on top of the bench and just wait for the push to come through. Will she be clear? That remains to be seen. Kianetta spots one towards Arches, clears up, but cannot get by the MP9. Oh. It's spamming it down and runs out of ammunition. Sapphire looking to be alive. Put down by Senna's Deagle through the wall. 2v3 now in the favor of Please Send Help. Again on a half by again, finding success. Kimmy's off. Will strike. Smiley there to support, but Senna's up on site. Kimmy swaps with the rifle. Senna doing so much damage, but Kimmy will have the help of Smiley now on the back lines. It's going to be Mads coming through apartments. Bomb not down. It has to cross. Goes for a peek there.
Oh, this bomb
drops down. That's a bit of a risk. Smiley recovers the bomb. Mads will creep on forward. Smiley does not need to commit to this plant, though. Smiley's going to tap it and not stick it. Catches the timing. Mads looking the wrong way. 7-2 now for Little Bocks. And you mentioned this one's going by at blistering speed. It almost seems like Inferno, although Inferno's a much more slower pace overall. Still, the score line is looking very similar to Inferno. T-side just running away with it like a freight train. And Piggy Kiki with the B site holds again, almost coming up with a double kill. That would have created a whole different roundscape.
Mads with that Deagle is scary in any situation, especially 1v1, but Smiley's just so aware. She fakes the plant. I was half expecting Smiley to just rotate completely to A and try and just play a post plant from there, but instead went for that 1v1 fight. Knew Mads just had that Deagle. Close range would hopefully win that with the rifle in hand. And it's a 2-7 scoreline now. Mads getting aggressive in Palace. They've been able to do this with succession so far, as Little Bocks have pretty much not gone A too often in this game. But that means fast rounds, and it's meant to be control, and it means another entry for Bouchard mid. And she'll drop Jess Kaz, Sen with the op here. Finds only one, but Kimmy does answer back. That's a huge answer to get that op down on Mirage. But Mads in a good spot. She's in an awkward spot, I should say, actually. She's on the flank behind Kianetta, but the rest of the team is following behind her.
Now, if she turns around, she's in a great spot.
Oh, no. They're walking.
Oh, she's ready for it, though. She's ready for it. Knife out. Mads can double this one. Surely she can. She only gets 1.5. And Kianetta was there for the trade as well. Now it's going to be Lovergirl and Piggy Kiki sprinting back to the A side. Molotov in towards jungle, but still an angle.
Oh, that's the only high HP health
from Lovergirl. The health, yeah, the health is so low, but Sapphire out in middle doesn't get the lurker. This all comes down to Smiley in the clutch.
Bomb is here.
Now, Will should be full of joy at the end of this one. Crosses in safely, can get the bomb down. But she's a 2-shot, and that's a problem. Nade, the nade for Piggy Kiki could do her in as well, but she's going the long way round through T-spawn. And Smiley clearing out CT. This will give her a bit of information. She could even go all the way through a jungle rotation. The bomb's not technically planted for her. She'd have to rely on a spam through triple, and she does not want to do that. She'll stick in CT and hope and pray they don't double swing her. Please Send Help are burning the clock down quite low. This is incredibly low. Flash goes high. This could work for Smiley. There's a smoke down. They're out wide of it, and this should work. Yes, there's enough time. Lovergirl outside of the smoke will get the kill. It's a third on the board here for Please Send Help. It's a narrow victory, though. The CT money is definitely far from good.
Yeah, they gave themselves 2 or 3 seconds maximum there of time to work that site. So they took their time for sure, especially on the flank. Kiki wanted to make sure that she was safe on that flank, but it was still, it took a lot of time. They got there, but no op. That's the important thing as well, is no op for Senna was saved this time out of that round. And we'll see Please Send Help do go up to 3. More mid-aggression once again flies through for Mads and Senna. They like to stick the powerhouse together. They roam around the cabin here in mid. And it's going to be just complete aggression in mid-fights to start this game, or this round, I should say. And Senna is going to trade one with Smiley, who peeks out from Underpass. Jess going to try and push off that. She'll get aggressive. And this round is all but sorts of a brawl. Jess going to get spotted here. They heard her running towards mid. Bouchard is going to clear that. No Smiley still an underpass, but it's a 3 versus 4 now in favor of the Little Bocks.
Mads walking to her doom as well. Smiley holding the line, the vent betrays her, and Kianetta walking out. Lover Girl destroyed, leaving it all down to Picky Kiki in a 1v4. It has to save the rifle here. No chance of a retake. Might get lucky on an exit or two, but overall, Little Bocks should have an 8 on the board. Bomb will go down momentarily. And keeping 4 alive would be great for the T-set economy, which has been cut down very thinly for the last couple of rounds here. Please send help, doing some very solid economic damage and picking up a couple of rounds. But overall, T-sides are controlling the pace of this game. And Senna really even hasn't had the op all too often, and when she has, it hasn't had too much success. So right now, please send help. A very slow start on a critical map number 3. Little Bocks with the advantages here. And they don't want to hunt this rifle. They don't need to. They'll save it. Go into the next round with 3 AKs and only having to reinvest for 2. But for please send help, it's almost time for another timeout again.
Yeah, I would agree. It's an awkward buy. In this round, you're probably saving anyways, but you do need to decide. This could be 9 for a Little Bocks. And on their T side, we don't really know what's going to happen. We've seen these kind of halves for every single team so far on their T side leading into the second. There's still been comebacks from either team, but this one just feels like Little Bocks have been dominated. I feel like in the 3 rounds place that helps, one, it's been close. They haven't really had major control of those rounds. And right now, Little Bocks are highly in control of how this game's factoring. And like I said, once those odds start to not be there for Senna, it's even harder of a CT half. And this is a chance for Little Bocks, who already are winning the half, to potentially get to double digits again in back-to-back games on their T side. It'd just be an incredible spot for the Little Bocks and shows how strong they are on this T side.
Kianetta lurking, doing her usual shenanigans, getting the information out towards A, although with the Deagles up against her, does not want to give away that AK to the CT side. We've seen it before. We know the result. Good jump spot from Lover Girl. And again, Picky Kiki up on balcony. Will not be cleared here. Surely, yeah, that's a good combo. 1-2 punch. And will they be able to recover the gun? That remains to be seen. Kianetta still lurking out towards the A site. Mads up in Palace. The time is starting to tick down a little bit more, and these rounds are becoming a little more contested here. Little Bocks not exactly having the dominating rounds they did in the beginning. Becoming much more close between the two sides. Utility coming out, though. Kianetta leading the charge. Still has to deal with the Palace player. Clearing out towards Sandwich. 1 in default. Expected. And sprayed away, but there's the trade instantly by Mads. In comes a push through the smoke as well towards bench. Bouchard finishes off Senna. Mads has been spotted, though, and has been mollied back. And Palace has played here before. They know what to expect now. Piggy Kiki spray does not connect onto anything. Lover Girl has that M4A1 in hand as well. Donated by Piggy Kiki, who now upgrades to the AK. Bouchard tagged down. Lover Girl spams down Smiley. Kiki the only one with health. Bouchard is hemorrhaging. Has a headshot angle though, but dropped by Kiki. Bell rung down to 1. They overwhelm Kimmy with numbers, and they don't even need numbers. They just need a Piggy Kiki. Wide swing headshot, 4th on the board, and another round 1 for Please Send Help. And they go into this on a half buy and pin. So many times you see teams collapse after losing these types of rounds. They add up very, very quickly. And you can look at the money now for Little Bocks.
Yeah, exactly. It's not really an easy buy for the Little Bocks. They have to make a decision here. I would have liked to see maybe a timeout from the Little Bocks. You want to stop Please Send Help from gaining any momentum. You got to figure out what you're doing. They look like they just want a small save here, but I was going to point out, Kiki's definitely been the player that has surprised me the most in the entire series. She's been incredible, and we talk about Senna and Mads all the time. They're the 2 star spots for this team, but Piggy Kiki, in a lot of clutch rounds on top of that, has been just so good. And Kianetta, of course, for Little Bocks, has really shined in this series. She's had some crazy moments. 2 4K pistol rounds against a team to try and decide your land spot's pretty good. And she's been even better. She dropped close to 30 last match. And now we'll see Little Bocks just on a save. Kimmy the first one to drop in mid. We'll see if they can get anything done, or if Please Send Help can start to string these rounds together. Now the options in Senna's hands. This is where maybe they like to finish that half winning out. 7-8 would be a great scoreline. Would show the coin flip. No surprise. But it could be a spot where Please Send Help find themselves in.
Yeah, I have to agree. Piggy Kiki been phenomenal here. Kianetta as well, but Piggy Kiki has been a standout. Not the one I expected to be in that sort of a position, but definitely having a magnificent performance. Kianetta popping out, does some damage, gets one Bouchard, has another, and the A site overwhelmed by the pistols of Little Bocks. They have an advantage now. Senna holding the cross. Bomb drops forward though, and up close and personal. Smiley's there for the trade. She'll pick up the op. It's now 3v2. Kiki though, we talk her name, and she shows up for two. It's down to Smiley on the AWP, trying to hold it down. The Neo Noir in her hands, but can she hold it down? Can she pull this off? The Molotov forces her into the open. She's sprinting back towards sight. No armor, glass cannon off. The time is ticking, but she still fails to go down. Yet Lover Girl, though, catches her off sides. Out, exposed by the stairs. The kit recovered. The bomb defused.
Eventually.
This is nerve-wracking there for a second. And a fifth on the board on the CT side for Please Send Help. Solid
Kiki continues
by round, though. Yeah, Kiki utterly dominated.
Great entries onto this A site by Bocks, especially on the connector split towards that A site, and even better, kind of baiting a little bit for Bouchard there, but it's still important in that trade overall. But Piggy Kiki from Cat, 2 insane kills, avoids the op timing as well, and plays with her teammate. She did flash Lover Girl at the end of that play as they tried to collect towards connector, but it's still a huge round. And what got really scary, of course, that should have been Please Send Help's round from the get-go, but the fact that they were able to reconvene and pick that one up, Piggy Kiki shining after just talking about her performance so far. She's up to 12. She's the highest for her team. Kianetta and Smiley the highest for Little Bocks. And it's up to 5 at the very least for Please Send Help, which was looking, dashedless. Before that, it was not great for Please Send Help. They picked 2 rounds up together. They now go to a bye round. Senna on the op. Kimmy with no op. Makes it to where Please Send Help could string these last 2 rounds of this first half.
If they do, it would be the best CT half we've seen.
Yeah, 7.
In the most critical juncture, too. This would be a massive performance for Please Send Help. It would give them the lifeline they need to walk into a very strong T side that they have. Senna, though, will open things up. Kianetta, the one to fall. She's been one of the heavy hitters here for Little Bocks, especially on this map. 14-12. Smiley at 13 next in line. But then the gap grows to there. Smiley up and ladder now, clearing things out. Opening pick there for Little Bocks. They have a little more room to work with. Bomb recovered, and they seem to be edging towards B. They can split through market here. Smiley's up on Cat. Gets a lot of damage onto Lover Girl. Flashes over top as well, closing the gap. But Senna's got another year. Senna doing so much damage. The bomb working through apartments. Kiki's here, though, and Kiki's a monster on the B site. Lover Girl falls at Smiley swinging. Good flashbangs here, but Senna's got a third. Kiki strikes for another. Sapphire 1v4. Has one. Sprays away. Gets a second. Looking for the next.
She's up.
Barrel shows. She knows she runs, but she runs for her death. Man. Senna, so impactful. The op so strong. And Kiki, of course, helping out, but I think it was the running that really gave Senna the opportunity. The time was so low, though. Sapphire had no other option. She needed a sprint for that kill, and that gave Senna the opportunity to finish that one off.
And this game just continues in this series to show the strength of both teams and realistically why they both deserve to make that Dallas spot. Senna, incredible, and her timing even better. She does miss a second, but will answer immediately with a kill against Smiley. This is a buy. This is a force back. Of course, it's last round, I should say that. If they buy back for Little Bocks here, they will buy up as much as they can. The rest of the team will try and make their way towards B, though, against Piggy Kiki, who's been incredible so far. Senna, just too quick with the op shots. Get her before they can go anywhere else. There's still one lurking out, but Senna on top of it again with a 3K so far in this round, looking for more. Bouchard now left in a 1v5. Gets that first kill. But this is Please Send Help at a 3-8 deficit, potentially winning out the half, going to an 8-7 scoreline on Mirage to probably their favorite side on the T side, and they looked incredible on. And now the map is up in the air once again. It was Little Bocks that were controlling it. Now it is Please Send Help with the favorite back. The momentum's there. It's an 8-7 half. We'll be right back.
My feet can't touch the ground as my knees hit the rough. My heart is feeling drowned, and I can't lie still, 'cause the tides are slowly rising. love. My heart is feeling drowned, and I can't lie still, 'cause the tides are slowly rising, just chasing surreal, and my prayers will float to rest. It won't bring me down on this trial within this ocean, though I won't need you now. I'm forever sticking tough. The waves batter me, my skin feels shattered still, but strength I will be to force out of my will. It won't bring me down on this trial within this ocean, though I won't need you now. I'm forever sticking tough. The waves batter me, my skin feels shattered still, but strength I will be to force out of my will. I'm no immortal, but my fire will never die. They take me for a fool, I'm taken for a ride. The more my feet are battered, the more I'm taken down. The more they think I'm innocent, I'm fighting from the ground.
And we are back with what I would consider the best of three for North American ESL Impact we've seen to this point. It is an 8-7 finish of the first half. It's map 3, Mirage. Overtime win for Please Send Help map 1. Inferno almost close to overtime as Little Bocks take it on their map choice. And this one is just about 50-50. Please Send Help win this round, and we're back to equal playing field once again. But this hype, this series is living up to the hype. And these teams, after this, they're going to realize the mental fortitude that they had to get through these kind of games, because 3 insanely close games, it's not like one of them you could just move on and it was a quick game. They have been to the wire both times, and this one as well.
Yeah, it's been close. It's been the distance. It took overtime to settle the first map. It took full 30 to settle the map number 2. And here on Mirage, it's separated by 1 round going into the pistol. Jessica's with the opening kill. Smiley trying to trade it back. Gets the bomb down in snipers. And there's the opportunity now. Smiley swaps to the Glock. Has another on a plate. That's a great flick around onto Piggy Kiki. But now Kimmy's going to fall in towards the ladder. 3v3. Level footing down again between these two sides with the bomb at the feet of Little Bocks. That's the issue here for Please Send Help. They have to recover the objective. They're going to try to go through ladder room. Lover Girl being the one to open that opportunity. Peeking out from vent. Smiley keeping an eye on the flank towards Rat Hole. But Sapphire now has help from her teammate. They're going to double swing this, but it's going to be a kill for Senna. Make that 2 as Mads actually chimes in. Kia Netta, the one on the A site, low on health, has the kit, and she's going to have to try and retake the beat. Wait, no, she can get them. Oh, they're going to go underpass. She's going to get the opportunity to shoot them, but she's got the right read. She's on the right direction. She's heading towards the B site. And she could even beat them too. No, she's going to walk. So they're going to get out of apartments here and get that bomb down before she can get towards site. Keeping an eye on that A side as well. She'll know it's B in a moment. Crossing the bomb towards side. Backstab works. 1v1 has the kit. She knows it's B. 8 in chamber. She has to come up with the kill. She's been a monster on pistol. She's been the pistol god here for Little Bocks. She gets domed though by Mads, and it's all tied up. It's a string of 5 in a row going back to the last half for Please Send Help. And Little Bocks now might be needing a little help here. And their economic conservatism is going to mean that they're not going to force here. They're going to go for as little of an investment as possible. And Please Send Help have a nice red carpet to a 9th.
And you saw the excitement, the energy Mads had after that 1v1. That's dangerous for Little Bocks. The kind of momentum, that spring that Mads will get, she is... I will continue to talk about it. Probably the best aimer on this team. Senna's pretty close by as the main opera, which is pretty incredible of a player that Senna is as well. But when Mads starts to feel it, it will be heads clicked all over the map for the Little Bocks, and it might become a problem. This game, of course, we already talked about the energy, the emotion that lies on this one. It is all supercharged. It is 4 players on ticket booth, and they get some immediate dinks. and 1 kill down. So the rest of Police and Help should now rotate over. But that is a dink on the Senna and a gun down. So still nice start to this round for the little Bocks on the 4 ticket booth stack.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that before, and it did work out for a kill and some damage, so not too shabby at all. Piggy Kiki going to dip back down into underpass, though, just trying to secure the round here. Please send help. Need to minimize their risks, minimize their casualties. In goes Kianetta, and down goes Kianetta. Sapphire will fall to Mads. Kimmy will add another one, though, and Senna's still low. It's all done to Bashard now. Bomb not yet planted. But regardless, it should be around on the board here for Please Send Help. A little more messy than they would have liked.
That's here's the thing, so far.
Yeah,
they a little more messy.
They could have forced into it and maybe found the round instead.
That's something we haven't seen at all from either of these teams. Is a force on round 2 on that CT side. Whether no matter the round total, we haven't seen that out of either team, and that's something that's interesting to monitor, because that used to be the main meta for a while in CS. Was you always buy round 2 on CT side, because the save is going to be pretty rough anyways. You can go into that third round with M4s and light armor, maybe some slight util, but it'd still be rough. So a lot of teams like to force in that second round, especially when you can get like a scout. You can get armored MP9, which a lot of people, we were talking about the strength of the MP9 now. The fact that you can get that all in that second round is huge. You might lack util, but you'll have that firepower still to match the MAC-10s, even sometimes the Galils. So
and the Deagle's so good too. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And I've seen a lot of teams going for double, triple scouts too on these second round force buys. It works out a lot because all you do is just go for the body shots. If you get that tag, well, somebody else can finish it off very easily. And when you have 3 scouts, 2 scouts, even, it works out really well. And I would like to see a little more of that buying aggression from both these two sides. It could definitely turn the tide here pretty easily. Senna, though, 1. Bouchard gets another. Jessica's, though, evens it back out. The B side is open here. There's a lot of damage, but the problem is it's a 4v3 B side hold. The bomb can go down here before rotations arrive. The Molotov buying time as Kianetta cannot get into market. And Jessica's around the smoke. This could work out so well. Bouchard, doesn't get the timing. Unfortunate there. His time begins to dwindle.
Oh, that's that first kill that they need. 3 versus 3 all of a sudden, and 3 rifles. Senna close with that rifle, though, gets an immediate dink. She gets answered. Kiki gets answered right back. Senna with a second in the round. Smiley trying to check her corner. She only has 2 health. And Mads just sitting there, watches her go by. And 1 bullet's all that's needed. It's Senna and Mads to close out the round once again. Senna with some crazy kills. She's up to 20, and I believe is the top of the lobby again. Senna is an incredible player. That cannot be said alone. The entirety of Please Send Help have worked to get here. But Senna is once again top fragging. After it's just the CT sides, it seemed to be that stray, that part that she can't get that op to work, or she can't get the shots to land. But once she switches on over to that T side, she is lethal. Same with the entirety of both teams, I should say, at this point. But it's another save round with potential to put Please Send Help up to 16, or not up to 16, 11 to 8, and rooting towards that 16 goal.
Senna gets overwhelmed by the USPs pushing up towards Catwalk. Smiley falls to the hand of Jessica's. Lover Girl up top as well. The Molotov to make sure they can't push towards top middle. Piggy Kiki chimes in with a dome onto Sapphire. Bouchard waiting in towards Dark. Might not get cleared here by Mads. Could get an upgrade. Never mind, Mads. Perfect crosshair placement. Great shot. Now just keying that up in the ninja boost, and Kimmy on the B side. Bomb going the other direction back towards an open A site, which has been confirmed by Please Send Help. And if this round continues as it should, into an 11 on the board for Please Send Help, that would be 8 rounds straight for Please Send Help.
Wow. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. The fact that this was a 3-8 scoreline for Please Send Help. And it really looked like Little Bocks were just going to clothesline this series, because they were looking fantastic. Even on the losses, Please Send Help weren't looking that great in their wins. And then suddenly, it really started to string together on the CT side. They got that one op in Senna's hands. She started to pop off, of course. And Piggy Kiki able to sit on the site. Same with Mads with the Lurkin Palace and the Deegs. The fact that this has transitioned over, though, into an 8-round string of events for Please Send Help got to be a little worrying. And this is where, I don't know if there's been a Little Bocks timeout recently, but they've got to figure it out. They can't let Please Send Help continue to play with this kind of a momentum. We already saw Mads was fired up. They got to calm it down a little bit.
Yeah, timeout might be on the cards here for Little Bocks going to the next round. Kimmy at the very least saves an AK into the next, and I think ops need to be out here in the hands of Little Bocks. They need something to shut down Please Send Help, because right now they are getting overwhelmed. They are getting no ground at all. They are just getting run over by this Please Send Help T side, which has been the tail of the tape throughout the course of the series. T sides have been winning. Please Send Help kind of broke that by bringing it to a 7-8 score line going to the second half here on Mirage. But Kimmy will have that AWP. Kimmy's going to try and get the job done with the big green gun. Senna does not have it. Senna's been so good so far. Little Bocks.
Can you believe
information out towards T ramp too? I like the aggression there.
Oh, yeah.
Has Kimmy there backing up the aggressive op 1-2. You spot the op, you don't expect the second. It's a good bait and switch.
Smart to play that trade.
But there's nobody there, so it's going to come to a moot point in the end, unfortunately.
I was going to say, could you believe that the craziest scoreline we've had for a CT half is 7? That's the highest total rounds that a CT has had in this entire series, is 7 rounds. It has not been a winning CT half majority of these for any, and Senna is going to try and continue that. She'll get that first kill on Cat towards Smiley, and they'll try to push towards Sapphire by herself now on this B side. They'll rotate Bouchard over later, but she gets destroyed. Senna is just on top of it. That's 2 for her, and they already have Lover Girl waiting on the flank. Kiki finds 1, but Kimmy left in a 1 versus 4 with the can't turn around in time. Lover Girl finds her 2nd, and that's a 12th and a 9th in a row for Please Send Help.
Timeout call. This has to be Little Bocks here because things are getting very out of hand. The only problem is they won't have a full buy here.
Yeah.
That's a big issue here for Little Bocks. You can get an op, but you won't have rifle support around it.
Right. That has to be the decision, right?
Yeah. It's a rough spot for them to be in. Because the thing is, too, they lose this round, it's 13-8.
Yeah.
And do they have it in them to go from another 14-8 scoreline comeback?
Right.
Do they have that in them? It happened once. Once is probably your series luck for a few series in a row. Little Bocks need to stand tall. They're going to go for the save. You're a half buy. It's the right call in terms of not going all in now. The problem remains, you give them 13. What do you do from there? Unless they're able to win this force buy, Mads caught off guard, belabored. Finally does convert that spray onto Kianetta. Kimmy gets a lot of damage onto Senna, but damage doesn't equate to round victories. That's the problem. Little Bocks have been doing a lot of damage, but they've not been getting rounds on the board. And unless they're able to do that quickly, Please Send Help are going to run away with Mirage and run away with this series.
Yeah, and it looks like this round should wrap up as normal. Maybe lose 1 or 2 players in the crossfire, but Mad's going to just be sitting here on A, trying to cause problems for the last 2 rotators. Both are going to rotate towards CT. She headshots 1, and the spray continues to his 2nd. Mad's still on top of it. Doesn't matter the case on eco round, closing it out once again. She goes closer to that top frag mark that Senna's at 107 ADR through 21 rounds for Senna to be that opper and the main rifler is incredible. She's doing so well, and that's 13 for Please Send Help and 10 in a row. In the last match, for this all to matter, for Little Bocks to fumble this badly, it's painful and something we saw them playing so confidently and so well, and Please Send Help just took it right over.
Yeah, Please Send Help is showing that mental fortitude again. They don't get daunted by any situation. They don't get down on themselves. They dig deeper and battle back and take it 1 round at a time. And that's something to be very much admired in this squad. And it's something that is giving them this kind of an advantage here on the final map against Little Bocks. They don't get scared. They don't get down on themselves. They don't get in their own heads. They have confidence in their game. They play their game. They have faith in their teammates, and it works out well. In they come, though. Bouchard caught the molly. Still sprays down 1. Almost a 2nd conversion. Sapphire is here. Smiley drops Jessica's. In the meantime, Sapphire doesn't connect on the Senna, though. Senna coming up clutch with a 10 HP headshot. Kianetta bringing her way down through the market doors. Not to get caught out here. Kiki. That's exactly what happens. It's Piggy Kiki. Of course, it's Piggy Kiki on the B site. Molotov goes in towards market window. Sizzle Smiley down to 80 HP. Kimmy has the op too. It's a dire straight for Little Bocks. Almost their last chance. It's coming down to the wire. Some damage. Opening kill for Smiley, but Lover Girl comes on. Piggy Kiki. Kiki comes up top of the van, and it's going to be a 14th now for Please Send Help.
Oof.
And it just continues to spiral out of control. 11 now in a row for Please Send Help. Going back to that CT side, there's been no answer at all from the little box.
Yeah, I can't believe it. 11 in a row is just an insane stat line to come back from what looked like a really rough start and was like the end for me for Please Stand Up. It's like if they continued like that into the second half, from where that 3-8 scoreline was, I should say, it was over. They did not look good against the little box to start this game, and now everything is hitting. Senna's looking incredible. Now that first aggression's going through Bocks, it's a 14-8 scoreline. Can they do it again? Senna comes out of Palace late. Kiki with the angle from ramp. This is for match point. There's 3 versus 4 now for the little box. Bomb is going to go down here in favor for Mads, but it doesn't matter because Smiley and Kimmy both combined for 2 kills. And now it's a 2 versus 3. Both players stuck towards a ramp. In this round is suddenly in favor for the little box.
Not again.
They try to get the side.
Oh. Not again, Pib. Are we going to see another 14-8 comeback from little box? Is it happening? Piggy Kiki? Oh. Shut down, 3 alive.
My heart can't take it, I don't think, if it's another 14-8 comeback.
The only thing that would make this different is that it's on the CT side for little box instead of the T side. That's the one thing that would make this different.
Which theoretically should be easier.
To do it on. Yeah, it should. And especially on the way Mirage is being played right now, it should be there for them. Now they just have to square up to it and hit it. That's all they have to do. They've staved off that critical match point. Job number 1 done. Now they just have to take it 1 round at a time, put them in their pocket, close that gap as much as possible, and try and take this one at the very least to overtime. Kimmy up close. Nice headshot. Caught from behind, though. Lover Girl chimes in with another as well. Now what was an advantage for Little Box has gone the opposite direction. Please Send Help. 1 player up. And this is a very dire juncture. The money for Little Box is not there. And Please Send Help. Knocking on the door of a 15th round.
And if you're going to have mid-presence like that, you need to have somebody watching underpass. This has happened twice now where in different occasions, someone's just ran through underpass and gotten some free kills. You need to have 3 mid if you're going to play that aggressive. You want to have that trade top mid, of course, but you need that cat player to be looking under. You need somebody to be holding on to that underpass flank because that literally might have just costed them the game in that point is they didn't have somebody watching that. Now it is an advantage for Please Send Help. It is just 1 player currently situated. They'll rotate Smiley over into market, and she'll be here just in time. The assistant utility will come through. It's going to be a 4 versus 3. 2 players on this B side. Smiley might have the advantage. Sapphire finds one more cat, though. Smiley finds a second. It's 2 versus 2. All of a sudden, Lover Girl finds the angle. It is Kianetta. In a 1 versus 2, she's going to be on a long flank towards Cat to try and save this game for Little Box. This goes to match point and series point for that I Am Dallas spot.
Kianetta, almost a must-win clutch here. Spots out 1 towards bench, will not aggro on it. Spots out Lover Girl, but there's the trade from Mads, who was on a tear as well. 22 and 12, hitting headshots and taking names and taking Please Send Help to series point. 1 round from Dallas, 1 round from LAN, 1 round from the last spot available. And Please Send Help have the op from Kimmy up against them. A couple of FAMASs, FAMAI, whatever you want to call the plural of that gun. A couple of M4s as well, a couple of kits. Utility's a little sparing, though, for the CT side. Keenan out down to a decoy. If you want to call that a piece of utility. Flash in, Lover Girl sprays away, doesn't take any damage. And no ground really taken either by Little Box there. Very split up right now from Please Send Help, though this is a bit of a problem unless they're able to win those duels. Kimmy! That's the opening they needed, Little Box. Can they build off of it? They need 6 in a row. Bouchard pushes forward, has help as well. And the Little Box are not going quietly into the night.
They finally got the op in Kimmy's hands on that CT side. Exactly what Please Send Help was waiting for on their CT side to get Senna on the op. Kimmy already with a crucial kill in this round, potentially saved that B side from getting overran. And it's a 3 versus 5. Senna up cat. Smiley's going to be closer. She's got to worry about that. And ladder, she can't hit that shot. It's 3 straight kills for none for Little Box. 1 more is sitting there on bench. Kiki be able to find 1 back before she drops 40 health from the Molotov. And Mad finds the timing. It's suddenly 2 versus 3. There's 1 still in ramp. They should know that as the double push went through. Bouchard gonna get smoked off, but there is a gap. Is still back towards TF, so with 40 seconds.
Yeah, this is a problem. This is a big problem. Kiki has to make her way to the east side. Yeah, please send help. Need help. They're split so far apart. It all rests on the shoulders of Kiki, who has been incredible this series. But is she going to be able to topple Bouchard, who's been steady? Bouchard split, looks the wrong way. Caught in the pincer. Classic tactics from Please Send Help now into a 2v2. Kimmy and Sapphire coming up through Khan. Opt for Kimmy. Molotov as well. Couple of smokes for the little box. The bomb is crossing in towards default. Molly goes in, but is it a little late? Bomb should still go down into the open. Mad spams down one. Sapphire trades. Kiki's a one shot. Sapphire 2. No nades, no Molotovs left in the hands of these two players. Kiki swings on the peak, and it's going to be Please Send Help going to Dallas. Elation on their faces. The joy is incredible, and they have booked themselves a spot at Impact Dallas land. Incredible from Please Send Help.
And it's 3 Dallas spots secured today, and the tears are flowing once again. The energy, the excitement, everything has led up to this point in time for these two teams to play for it. Please Send Help overtime win in match 1, a 16-14 heartbreaking loss in match 2, and an incredible scene in match 3.